deep from a bunker in a top secret location. In southern Indiana comes a gathering of the Gospel Broalition. If it's religion, politics, cars, guns, cigars, and anything else flammable, we're talking about it. For men, by manlier men. Get it? Got it? Good. This is the Gospel Broalition. And here are your hosts, Pastor Lee, J.R. Robinson, and the Hoosier Hillbilly, Mike Paul.
Okay, somebody should be warned me about this Monster drink before I had one.
We warned you after.
I've never actually had Monster before, so I don't really know anything about it. So I took one because that's what all the cool kids do, and now I'm like, I don't know. I think it's mental. I don't think you really get that stuff.
It changes my heart rate.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all we need.
The energy drinks do.
Three fat white guys sitting around with their heart rate changing. Yeah. Yeah, we're just going to stroke out here online. So
It's not the caffeine. It's not the caffeine. It's something else in there. Because I drink caffeine all day, but that changes me.
It's like a diuretic or something because I feel like I have to pee. I really do, and I just peed. So I feel
That
like
comes
I
with
gotta do it
age.
again. Yeah.
Oh,
No. I don't have a problem. I'm 55 years old. I don't have to get up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom.
that's impressive.
It is impressive.
You do have that problem.
Oh, he's stalking you at
Oh,
night.
what are you doing? You got a camera in my room?
No, I play video games with you late at night, and so I was like, hold on, let me go to the bathroom.
Yes, I do when I'm playing video games. What did I just say?
Well, he's
When I'm
sleeping.
sleeping.
Sleeping. Oh, okay.
And JR apparently watching you sleep. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah,
that's
apparently.
weird, but I mean, whatever.
That's what you do all night. You just sit there with your little camera. Sleep well, my little Lee.
My little Lee.
It puts the lotion on the skin.
Creepy JR. That's your new name. Mr. Creepy. This is Gospel Broalition. I'm Pastor Lee, joined to my left by Mr. Creepy. J.R. Robinson of Dauntless Gaming to my right. Hoosier Smell Belly. Joining always in the studio because they have no life, sweet Tony, who has decided to be our makeup artist, by the way.
You can tell by looking
You
at
can
us.
tell. We look great. We're
Beautiful.
glowing. And Shut Up Cameron, who's now our tech guy.
So if the video's
Also,
screwed up,
yeah, so if the video sucks, it's his fault.
His fault.
Because he's a liberal and doesn't know how to do anything.
Tech guys are supposed to be quiet.
That's true. He just sits there in the corner and just looks pretty.
You only know that they exist when they mess up.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. So if he messes up, it's all his fault. But he can't help it.
I have nothing in front of me, so I'm going to feel awkward.
Yeah, I don't know what you're going to do, JR. You might have to actually contribute to this program. So,
Think about it.
how's everybody doing, man? I watched Wonder Woman the other night.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll never get those 27 minutes back.
You only watched it for 27 minutes?
Yeah, because I kept fast forwarding. Anything with any scene with Chris Pine in it, it's like,
Yeah.
'cause that's when I saw that, it's like stupid.
Yeah.
That whole show was stupid, man.
My wife bought it and I refused to watch it.
It's
I'm not gonna do it.
it's 1984, which
Yeah.
you could have done tons of things. You could have done tons of fun little, like what's that, Stranger Things.
Yeah.
You could have done tons of references and things like that. They had nothing. I graduated in '84. I could have told you anything. They had nothing. Gosh, that was a lame show.
It was better than what the community
But when-
made it out to be.
Oh my gosh, really?
I watched it all the way through. I
But
did
when I
not
got-
appreciate the villain. I did not appreciate the final fight at all. But the movie was okay.
When I got to the end of it, I realized why I hated it. It was directed by a woman.
Well, that was kind of the undertone of the whole show.
Oh, am I going to get smacked with a pineapple again?
That's the pineapple smack there. That's even worse.
Okay, all right. Here you go, you guys.
You're gonna give us a
You're all
reason to
knuckle
use the
dragging
pineapple.
Neanderthal misogynist idiots. All right. Name one good movie directed by a woman.
Oh, I don't pay enough attention
I
to
don't have
directors.
no idea who directs movies, so
It's just Christopher Nolan or nothing.
Yeah,
I'm not even going to talk about
that's
that.
a whole other episode. You have a crush on
He does.
Christopher Nolan.
It's
weird.
creepy.
It's-
I think
borderline
we're
creepy.
about to see a Marvel movie directed by a woman when all of the women of the series.
Oh no! Well, that'll be a skip.
Oh, yeah. No, thank you.
Yeah. Well, name one. I mean, look,
I don't know any directors.
we're
so.
not trying to be sexist here. Just name one.
If we had internet in the bunker, we could look it up.
I'll tell you. I'll do
I
this
bet he's
before you.
already got it.
Because I'm well versed in all this kind of stuff. I'll just go ahead and tell you. There's a couple.
Okay.
Zero Dark 30 was
Didn't watch
directed
it.
by a woman.
Didn't watch it, but okay.
Zero Dark 30?
I don't think I've seen it.
Great movie.
Oh, great movie.
Put it on the list.
If you watch Zero Dark 30, it's cool. It's about the pursuit of Bin Laden and his killing. I'll put it
His
in a nice
demise.
way. Yeah, I'm trying not to get my house firebombed, so I'm being respectful to our Muslim community. So all of them who watch this program.
I don't think we've had any hits in that country.
No, not yet. That's not the demographic that we're reaching. But it's just really cool because at the very end they showed the actual. It was a dev group SEAL Team 6.
It was real footage of.
Well, it's not real footage, but I mean they actually they
It's dramatized.
Yeah, dramatized. It was basically Chris Pratt's first kind of big role off of on the TV, because when he was in this, he was one of the members of the SEAL team, and nobody knew who he was. This was before
Chris
Guardians.
Pratt was in it.
Yeah, at the very end,
Maybe I've not seen this movie.
he's one of the SEAL team members, and so if you watch it, what's really cool about what she did at the end, she did The Hurt Locker too, and won an Academy Award for that. So she's really good.
I didn't watch that either.
That's another great movie with the dude that plays Hawkeye, whatever
Yes.
his name is. So at the very end, it's interesting because they do the raid on Bin Laden's compound, and it's so dark, and that's what I love it. It's weird because most time people do they do a scene in a field in a movie, and there's just super these lights right here, and it's like, man, that's a bright moon. I can see everything there. I can read in that field, but it's dark. I mean, if you're in a room, you have to turn everything off. You can't see what's going on, but then. They're out there with their night vision goggles and stuff like that, and they're doing it. And it just, if you just watch the last part of it, it's just really great. And this is so cool because, they go in and they shoot people, and then they walk by them, they shoot them again.
Yeah, they get double. Was that what they call it?
Double tap or
Double tap, yeah.
it's just kind of we're gonna make sure he's dead,
Smart move.
And the dude comes around the corner, and it's weird because they got silencers on the guns, so these guys are like, "I'm going to kill you," and that's it. And then they walk by and they go, and they do it again, and it's really cool because those guys are just professionals. They lost a helicopter.
Yeah, before they even got on the ground, wasn't it?
Yeah, they got caught in an updraft, and one of our new $1 billion stealth helicopters, they lost it in that thing. And we know what they did? They keep going.
Yeah, they were just like, no big deal.
Keep going. Hey, we lost the helicopter. All right, keep going. And
They're bad
because there's
dudes.
one scene where they're flying along and everybody's kind of nervous because they're in the helicopter, and one of the SEAL team guys says, "How many of you been in a helicopter crash?" And they all raise their hands. He's like, "Okay, we're good." And so those guys, hats off to you, man.
Yeah,
our guys
no
out there,
joke.
Special Forces, making us safe. Our Army, we appreciate it. Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, Space Force. I love you guys too.
Space Force.
I don't know who you are, but I think it's a great movie. A League of Their Own was directed by Penny Marshall.
That's okay.
Oh, League of Their Own's a great movie.
It's all right.
Oh my
Sorry.
gosh, that might make my top 25 movies.
Ooh, no, that's not even close to mine.
We're gonna do that one day, folks, because you were so riveted by our top 10 album.
They're like, we've
Oh
never
yeah,
heard
man,
of this.
that was a bestseller right there. People just ate that one up. It was like, oh, give us more of that. People had to be put on suicide watch when they were listening to that. So we won't do that one again. Albums are more. Movies are more appealing.
Yeah.
We do top, 10 television shows, but mine would be like
Top Gear.
Top Gear. Top Gear, the first 3 slots, then Frasier, then Psych, and then that'd be it because they're the best shows on television. I don't care what you guys say.
You left out Seinfeld?
Yeah. Yeah, why?
That's a good show.
Better than Psych.
No,
How
Psych
can
is
you go
funny. You
without
just
Kramer?
didn't give enough time to get into it. Psych is a great show. That's where we get the phrase "suck it."
No, I got that from D-Generation X.
No. Nobody got anything but those guys except herpes.
I could do TV shows.
But
I could do TV shows. We would be very different, though.
we do too. Yeah, movies. I think we would all be lined up on movies.
Movies would be close.
Yeah, but you haven't seen anything.
That's the problem. I've not seen a lot of movies, so.
Ah, that's true.
You guys may line up. We won't share movies.
So what's going on in the world? Hamas is crying about all this stuff, and we were just talking about this
Because
before
they
we
can't
came
get
in
any
here.
rockets through.
They're firing rockets.
I
And
know
they're the ones that keep
4,500
dying.
rockets are launched into Israel. Israel launches one back. It's like, I can't believe you guys are doing this. And that's what the world is. The world's like, I can't believe Israel defended himself after 4,500 rockets were launched.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, and if it's just like they launch rockets on top of apartment buildings, And Israel, you know what Israel does? They call them. We're getting ready to hit your building.
Leave.
They're the politest military force in the. We're getting ready to destroy your building. You might want to get out. And what was funny was like AP, you know, the Associated Press, actually was in a building with Hamas. And so Israel says, we're going to destroy the building. They destroyed it. And AP's like, this is news reporters, folks. News reporters out there did not know a terrorist organization was in their building. Okay?
Surprise.
Shocking.
They're probably working with
Well,
them.
it's like, what are you guys actually investigating, you know?
They're working with them is what they're doing.
Yeah, they were just, we didn't know. Well, yeah, that's true. Paul Walker's car's for sale. Did you see that on my Facebook page? From the Fast and the Furious.
I am a Fast and Furious fan.
Yes, you are.
That will go for millions.
I think that car may. I can't think of any other car that would break the bank. It has no reserve.
Yeah.
The only thing is, if the older people that would still be alive, Eleanor, the original Eleanor,
Eleanor,
from
yes.
the original Gone in 60
I would have
Seconds.
Eleanor before Paul Walker's
I
car.
would definitely have Eleanor first. Eleanor's a beautiful car. I'm not even a big Mustang fan, but
I'd rather have the Skyline from the second one.
I agree. I'd rather have that than
Yeah, that's nice. But I mean, you see that car and you immediately think
you
Fast and
immediately know
Furious.
what it is.
You think Paul Walker, you think Fast and Furious.
That car and the green one he blew up right before it.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that car. I love the Toyota Supra. I think it's a fantastic car. And
Yeah, it's a shame they didn't make it very long.
yeah, and that engine in there, what is
2JZ.
2JZ, one of the
2J,
best engines. It is the best engine ever made.
Ooh, easy.
Is that one rotary?
No,
No,
Super
straight
wasn't?
six.
but it's indestructible.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, well, if we're going to talk about the best engine ever made, you're going to talk
Oh,
about.
don't do a diesel or something.
No,
like that.
I was going to talk about the 350 Chevy.
6.0 power stroke. Which one?
350 Chevy, because not only
Yeah, it's
not
good
only
engine.
longevity, but the evolution. That's the LS. That is currently the LS models in the Corvettes, the Camaros. All came from the 350.
That's a small block, isn't it? Yeah,
Bad to the bone.
okay, it's a good engine.
Longevity, yes. As far as I know, the Skyline was pretty bad too.
Yeah,
They had no.
I mean, there's a lot of great engines out there. I'm just
2JZ
saying.
was a great engine.
Yeah, this is
No
my
doubt.
personal preference.
No
if
doubt.
I'm going to put it in a car, but that car,
Oh yeah, there's just something about those Supras. They just look
the
good.
Supra was just a fantastic car. It really was. And I know we're born on the people who are not car people, but you know that's what we talk about. We talk about cars and we get together, and this is
true.
just us shooting the bulls. So
Speaking of Fast and Furious, did I tell you ever I met the young Weasley guy? The one that drove the Audi? The white?
Oh, the Volkswagen.
Volkswagen.
The
Yeah.
Jesse.
Ben Diesel.
Jesse.
Jesse.
No, I wouldn't have called Vin Diesel the little
the little
Weasley.
wiry guy.
No,
was
Ben
Jesse.
Diesel's probably a guy you could stomp a mud hole in. He does actually. He's
I
like
met-
Jason Statham.
I think. Oh, don't tell. Don't
I
say
met
that name.
Jesse in Louisville, Kentucky,
Really?
and he was an absolute dumbfounded when it comes to anything to do with cars.
That doesn't surprise me.
I was at a
He's
car
an actor.
show. He was there, and he came up and asked my buddy if he had NOS on his truck, and they were airbag suspension. They were tanks for airbags. He's like, "You got NOS on that thing?"
Wow.
Okay.
I was like,
Yeah,
Wow.
but he's an actor. They don't know.
Yeah, he's an
anything.
actor. Paul Walker was legitimately into cars.
Yeah.
He had a car collection.
Right.
He was also killed by a certain foundation that we're not going to talk about.
Oh, he was killed by the Gates Foundation, wasn't he?
The Clintons.
Oh, the Clintons, yeah.
Conspiracy theories.
Arcanicide. That's what they call it. Yeah, I wonder how many. Just look at the Clintons, how many people they left in their wake over the years.
Yeah, no
it's just
joke.
something else. Speaking of cars, they can't stand people who take up 2 parking spots. Just want to let you guys know that.
What if they drive a long bed crew cab Super Duty?
You don't have to take up 2 parking spots.
You literally have to.
No, you don't.
lengthwise.
Lengthwise, I do.
Lengthwise, yes, that don't bother me.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Well, I'm cool with that then.
Well, I mean, seriously, it's like somebody, pulls up in their 1995 Kia and takes up 2 parking spots. It's like,
Little Dodge Neon.
Yeah.
I took a picture of a dude. Somebody came by and they had a Kia, and it was a new Kia. And okay, great, you got a new car, fantastic. He's at the Walmart, and I pull in, and I'm sitting there waiting for Alicia to come out because I don't go to Walmart unless I absolutely have to. And he pulls in, he takes up 3 parking spots.
He's a baller.
He pulls
man.
sideways.
He's
I
in
take
a
my
new
camera
Kia.
out. I take a picture of him. He flips me off. I'm like, I don't care. Because I was going to post him on Facebook. It's like, do you know this car?
Do you know this guy?
This guy's an idiot.
License plates right here.
That's
I
why I
just-
always park in the back.
I'll park in the back.
Park in the back. If you don't want anybody parked next to you, walk.
Park
It's
in the
probably
back
good
of
for you
Walmart.
anyway.
Yeah, park away from people and then park there. But guys, when you pull your car in and you take up, you take up 2 parking spots, people think that you're a male appendage. They just do.
It's accurate.
Am I going to get pineapple for that?
Male appendage might be okay.
That might be okay. But that's what they do. A very large male appendage. So, don't do that.
Hold on, it's getting even. It's getting close.
Yeah. I was going to say penis, but I didn't like it.
I was going to.
I was, but I didn't say penis. I wanted to say penis, but I didn't say penis.
This is going to be...
Oh, that's going to be like the goal now. It's like,
It is. How many times can I get Jr. to
pineapple?
slap my face with a pineapple?
How many times
That's
in a
what
row? I keep looking at these notes like I'm going to read something here, but that's coming up in a
The
second.
next animation is the pineapple just moving in front of your face for a while.
Just stand there.
Don't take up 2 parking spots. Don't park in a handicap zone either. You want to get your car keyed by me?
yeah.
Don't do that. Don't park in a
Yeah.
handicap zone. I do, man. I go by handicap zones and I don't sit there and look at it, but I'll check it out. Check out the credentials.
Yeah.
Make sure. Oh, it makes me mad. Don't do that. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. But
Yeah.
you see people.
That's for people that need them.
You ever sit in your car and you're watching people get in and out and they pull in the handicap zone? You're really checking to make sure they're handicapped. You
Yes.
better be limping when you get out of that car, buddy.
And you see them walk in better than what I can walk, and I'm going,
Yeah.
It's between the ears sometimes. They're handicapped between the ears.
You don't need handicap
Have
spaces
a Biden
anymore.
sticker on the back of the car.
You don't need handicap
That's
space anymore. We got veteran spaces. We got expectant mom spaces.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
you-
true. Oh,
you
by the way, the
qualify for
expected
front
mom
and the-
spaces are awesome when your wife's pregnant. I'm
That
just
is cool.
saying.
That is cool. Right.
We used them a lot.
Yeah. I think they have liberal parking spots. I don't know what they would look like.
They'd
though.
be out in the road.
Yeah.
They're not in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
It'd be bicycle
Right in the middle
parking.
of a major intersection.
It'd be bicycle parking.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
would be.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah, hopefully away from everybody else because they're stupid. I'm serious, man. Like a liberal, you're just like, you would drive backwards down the wrong side of the road if the government told you to do that.
Oh, 100%.
That's what a liberal would do. They just everything the media tells them to do, everything government tells them to do. They just can't wait to do that stuff. Speaking of the government, I've got a COVID update for you.
Ooh, yay.
Are you excited?
I
We
am.
need some COVID music. I don't know what would be an appropriate COVID theme song. I can't.
It's the end of the world as we know.
Oh
it.
yeah. Little Fleetwood Mac. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Something like that. That would be good. All right. Now bear with me. Usually we do the boring stuff later on, but I figured out what happened is that most of you have clicked off by the time we get through with the jibber jabber anyway. So we're going to do the important stuff up front. This is really important. This is bombshell stuff. Okay.
Now remember,
Right.
this will be out in a week.
Yes. So I'm not dating anything.
Okay.
So this is going to be out, but I'm serious about this. Now, we are online, and this is so big that when I get through with this, we may not be online anymore.
Sweet.
Yeah. The only reason we appreciate you guys not watching because that just kept us on the air. Because just as soon as you get a lot of people
That's
watching,
the only reason we do it. We do.
right? We do what we do so nobody will watch, so we can stay on the air and do what we do.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, but I'm going to share this with you, and you can look it up, and it's very interesting. And Lee, go ahead, just talk about it. All right. Here's the COVID update. You ready for this?
Transition, Lee, go.
All right. I'm transitioning. I was trying to think of a cool transition. It didn't work. So we wanted to do the theme song, and that's what we need so I can transition over to this. All right. I'm on Monster Energy. I'm really hyped.
Stop
I feel like a chipmunk on acid. What?
You're talking fast.
I know. Oh, I listen to myself and I'm like, gosh, slow down, dude. What's wrong? All right. While it is understood that viruses mutate, causing variants, French virologist and Nobel Prize winner Luc Montagnier. Can you turn your phone off on it before I do this?
No, it was crooked.
Oh. Luc Montagnier contends that it is the vaccination that is creating the variants. All right, listen. Now, don't zone out on this. This sounds boring, but don't zone out on this. We'll just call him, I don't want to say Montagnier every time, so we'll just call him Professor
Monty.
Luke. Monty. We'll call him Monty.
Monty, I like that.
Monty presented a powerful case that the coronavirus was created in a lab His comments at the time offended the left-wing establishment so much that they aggressively attempted to discredit his statement. Now the media is backpedaling on the origin of the coronavirus after prominent scientists called for further scrutiny. The virus came from a lab. And you remember at the very beginning when everybody was like, oh, that's just stupid. It came from a bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came from the bat cave. Batman brought it out there. You know, but it didn't come from a bat. It came from a lab. It was created in a lab.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know that we were denying that.
Oh, gosh, everybody denied that.
They denied hardcore.
I thought we were denying that it got out, but not denying that they were manipulating with it, that they were messing
Okay,
with it.
but if you make it in a lab, how does it get out? Does it pack its bag, sprout legs?
I guess accident.
I'm out of here! Suck it! I'm gone! I mean, how does it get out? It infected somebody.
Yeah.
And so, and now they're finding there was like 3 people who worked at the lab who got really sick.
Oh, surprise.
Surprise. So that they thinking that's how it got out. But it was created. This is a manufactured virus.
Mm-hmm.
All right? So it's not just something that just popped out of nowhere, folks. Okay?
So we weren't crazy after all.
We weren't crazy after.
Holy cow.
By the way, if you're a conspiracy theorist, you're right over the target.
How that typically works is that it's a virus that typically normally originates in an animal, but it making the jump from animal infection to human is not often natural.
Right.
So that's where they start meddling, manipulating, and the things like
Exactly.
this happen.
Which, why are they doing that anyway? But
Yeah.
beside the point.
Well, now understand, just talking about follow the science here. This guy, I don't know if you missed it. He is a virologist. He's a Nobel Prize winner, and he got the Nobel Prize for his discovery of the HIV virus.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so he knows what
He knows what he's talking about.
Okay.
This is an expert when he's talking about this stuff. Monty referred to the vaccine program for the coronavirus as an unacceptable mistake.
Yeah.
Mass vaccinations are a scientific error as well as a medical error, he said. It is an unacceptable mistake. The history books will show that because it is the vaccination that is creating the variants. The prominent virologist explained that there are antibodies created by the vaccine forcing the virus to find another solution or die. So it creates a variant.
Okay.
That's what it does. This is where the variants are created. It is the variants that are a production and result from the vaccination. So what he's saying basically is you go out and you get the vaccine, the virus says, oh gosh, what am I going to do? I'm going to have to either change or die. It changes.
And probably gets
Mutates.
worse.
Yeah.
It mutates and gets worse.
Yeah. That would make sense.
All
Because
right.
It has to.
That's what happens
they're
when you
alive.
use antibacterial soap. The percentage that you don't kill with your antibacterial soap actually gets stronger.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, keep following with us. Bear with us, okay? Monty said that epidemiologists know but are silent about the phenomenon known as antibody-dependent enhancement. In the articles that mention ADE, the concerns expressed by Professor Montagnier, whatever his name is, Monty, are dismissed. Scientists say that ADE is pretty much non-issue with COVID-19 vaccines. Of course they would say that. They've been lying to us forever.
Trying to sell them.
Monty explained that the trend is happening in each country where the curve of vaccination is followed by the curve of deaths.
Okay.
All right, so the more vaccinations you're getting, the more deaths that are happening. All right. Monty continued to say that he is doing his own experiment with those who become infected with the coronavirus after getting the vaccine. I will show you that they are creating the variants that are resistant to the vaccine.
Oh, I hope he can.
He said, I'm going to show you.
In this article or not?
No one will pay attention, but he'll show us.
If we look at the curve from WHO, World Health Organization, since the vaccination started in January, the curve showing new infections, contamination, has exploded along with deaths.
Really?
Notably among young people.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Well, 'cause
that's
young
how
people
the
was
focus
ones
has
that
shifted.
was not
Yeah.
affecting.
And somebody asked him during the interview, they said, should we be vaccinating during the pandemic? He said, it's unthinkable. It is the antibodies produced by the virus that enable an infection to become stronger. What he's essentially saying, folks, is that, like I said earlier, we did a vaccination. The virus adapted to it. Now there's a new variant that's come out. All right? So he says you don't do it in the middle of a pandemic because the virus adapts.
Yeah.
You would wait till it run out or runs low, and then you would start vaccinating people. But I don't know even then if that would work.
This is the fastest ready vaccine in history. Normally takes years. We did it in months. So
Yeah. Oh gosh.
apparently,
How deep does the rabbit hole go?
All right. He said the variant. Okay. Leading infectious disease expert Anthony Fauci,
You mean the super genius Fauci?
beloved dear leader Fauci,
oh, you better believe his name would be in the description and the tags.
He
this
does
week.
Yeah.
no wrong.
warned. This is 3 months ago.
Okay.
All right. I put these two articles
I'm sure
together.
it's changed
I
by
took
now,
this
but go
article
ahead.
from Monty, and then I took this quote from this idiot. He 3 months ago he said this. Leading infectious disease expert Anthony Fauci warned that the COVID-19 variant first documented in the UK is a growing threat in the US. Well, you should have known about it. You're the expert.
Yeah.
You should have known what was happening. He said the variant results in a 50% increase in transmission over the original strain.
Good grief.
So it's half again more infectious.
Yes. It also likely causes more severe COVID-19 disease. He pointed to coronavirus surges in Europe as a warning sign of what could come in the U.S. if the variant continues to spread.
Which it will.
The way that we can counter, here's what he said, the way that we can counter 1.1.7, which is the name for the new variant.
1-7.
Which is-
Does that mean we have 17 of them?
I hope not. Which is a growing threat in our country, is to do two things: to get as many people vaccinated as quickly as possible with the vaccine that we know works against this variant. And finally, to implement the public health measures that we talk about all the time: masking, physical distancing, and avoiding congregate settings like churches. Fauci
Especially if you're in
said,
Canada.
referring to the variant by its scientific name. He knew.
Of course he did. He did.
They knew.
3 months ago.
These are the supposedly the smartest people in the room, and you're telling me they didn't know that the COVID-19 would develop a variant to fight off the vaccination. There is nothing you can ever tell me. There is no amount of evidence that you could ever give me that will ever convince me that this was not planned.
Or taken advantage of. Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
Well, we talked about that earlier. And JR's point, and it's a good point, that they knew kind of what was going to happen and they used it for their advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I lean towards that camp.
Guys, if you don't, they saw this as an opportunity to get rid of Trump. I believe that. A chance to manipulate the election with mail-in voting. And a chance to take away a lot of our rights. And all these idiots like Fauci and Gates, they believe in overpopulation.
They do.
But they're genius. They didn't have to take away our rights.
Right.
We
I
gave
have
them up.
I have a quote, and I don't know if any sheep watch this program. I have a quote for you sheep out there if you do. that I don't know if I mentioned this earlier. You know, Gates had a TED Talk or something like that.
2014.
And he was talking about 3 ways of population control. And I forgot the first 2 he mentioned, but he mentioned one of the things, vaccines.
Yep.
He mentions, it's in his notes. It isn't off the top of his head. It's on his notes. Vaccines is a means of population control.
Yeah, he's been talking about population control since 2014.
Because his understanding is the more healthy people are, the less babies they have. That's what he was basically saying. So I think it's a plan. I think it's totally a plan. This guy, this virologist, this Nobel Prize winning guy has come out and said it's unthinkable what they're doing. It's stupid what they're doing.
And they're just writing him off.
And they're just writing him off, but they're starting to listen to him now, especially when he come out and said, I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to prove it to you that that you should have never done it in the beginning. It was all about control. It was planned. It was here to kill millions. That's why it was set up. And this is, I mean, to me, this is a bombshell. It just really is. I didn't know this. I mean, I did some research on it. I didn't know anything about this.
I've never heard it before, no.
But it makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely it does.
So for those of you who have been vaccinated, you're going to have to be vaccinated down the road again for the variant. And what's going to happen is going to become like our allergy shots, to where we have to go once a month to get a shot because there's a different strand, different variant that's going to come out. How did they not know this?
They did. That's why you're.
Yeah, and they ought to be brought before the. I was going to say the Senate and the House or Congress.
Why they don't care?
Well, all those guys are complicit in it.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're part of
even the Republicans. So I don't know who are they going to go before, but somebody has to hold them accountable.
There's nobody.
There's nobody.
There's nobody.
This is why people feel so frustrated. This is why the colony, kicked Britain's butt, because it was just like we have no representation anymore.
Mm-hmm.
We have nobody fighting for us anymore. Ted Cruz is fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Rand Paul is fighting.
Yeah.
Some other people are fighting, but the majority of the people, you got like the Liz Cheneys and the Mitt Romneys and those people like that, who are just Republicans in name only. That's all they are. And Liz Cheney, in case you're not familiar with it, she is, I guess, the wife of Dick Cheney,
Mm-hmm.
who is the biggest warmongering whore ever to be in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
And he is. And that's all he wanted. All he wanted to do was fight. All he wanted to do was have a war. That's all he wanted. He got what he wanted with 9/11. He got it. And that's.
But I say Cheney was in control.
Cheney was in control
During
of
the Bush
9/11.
administration.
Right.
Cheney was in control.
Bush was just there. Cheney was controlling everything that took place. You got to look into it. Do I believe that the attacks happened? Absolutely. I don't believe that it was manufactured by the government or anything like that. I believe the attacks happened, but man, they wanted it to happen. They were excited about it happening because he wanted his war. Cheney, because if you think about it, what happened after 9/11? All of our rights. Can they spy on our cell phones? Sure.
Well, and we gave it up. Mm-hmm. We said, anything it takes to be more protected.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny to go back and hear what all these people said back then and how mad I got at them. And then you kind of realize
Oh crap, they were right.
they were right.
Yep.
There was that scene from Star Wars. The ones that shall not be mentioned. But, the one where the Senate is clapping about something, about giving their rights over to the emperor or something like that. And she said, what did she say? What's the quote? Come on, Jay, you're the nerd. What is it?
I don't like Star Wars that much.
This is how democracy ends, to the sound of thunderous applause or something like that. And it was basically everybody giving their rights over to one person. And it was kind of a commentary back then against what was taking place with Bush and Cheney. But you look at it now, it's like they were right.
They were 100% right.
Then we rolled over and said, you guys can surveil anybody that you want to. You can listen to in on our phone conversations. Mm-hmm. And we gave all those rights up. And that's what they want us to do now. Because just as soon as you don't feel safe, you turn to the government and say, help us and take care of us. And folks, this was all planned. And if we're not on next week, you know why. Well, we'll be on next week, and then we won't be on the week after.
This will be it.
Because they don't want this getting out. This is why every time that you get on Facebook, you put anything on there about COVID,
it fact checks you.
It puts that little reminder down there, and the COVID goes through strict testing. I mean, I put this article up last night. Went to check out something you were doing, went back, and it was already up.
Nice.
How it goes through strict testing and all that stuff, and you sheep, you go out there and you look at Snoops. Well, Snoops is owned by the liberals.
Oh yeah, that's.
And you read Snoops, and you're like, oh, it must be true.
It's Snopes, but they know what you mean.
Why is it not called Snoops?
There's only one O. Snopes.
I always kind of. You were thinking if you're snooping around.
Yeah, but it's Snopes.
Liberals can't even do that freaking right.
They can't even get their own name right.
Gosh,
unbelievable.
I think I'd kill myself if I was a liberal. I would, but I wouldn't be able to figure out how to put a bullet in a gun.
I say you would have a gun. So what are you going to do?
Have a gun. That's
I know I wouldn't have a gun. I don't know what I would do.
You would have gave them all the government by now.
Oh, I'd probably take a bunch of diet pills and try to kill myself because I'm an idiot liberal. Then wind up weighing like 55 pounds. We don't like liberals. I don't like them. I don't like them. You keep praying for them, and I won't like them. How's that?
That has been the sort of the focus, is to not dislike somebody this year. Just step back and pray for them instead. I saw that all.
Yeah, just pray for them and
really.
Yeah, I was a bad guy before I got saved. I was a really bad guy. Actually, worse than I am now. So I think about that, but. I loved my country.
Yeah.
I wasn't an idiot. And I had manners, was actually considerate of other people. It was just I had good morals, but I was just lost. Mm-hmm. And these people, and we've said it 100 times, and then it would go 101. These people would kill you to get whatever they want to get. Mm-hmm. and and we're all in agreement with that. And so if you sit there and you look at the Nazis, you're like, how'd they do this?
Wow.
Wow.
How easy was it
How
for them
easy?
to do it is more of the question.
Yeah, seriously.
Because look how quickly we gave up all of our rights with everything we know.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look back at that and go, oh, well, that's how they did it.
You got neighbors calling the cops on other neighbors,
Yeah. Over masks.
telling people that they're having a party at their house. Yeah, and I would not, if I was in Canada, I don't know what's wrong with those people, but they don't fight. They're
No.
Canadians. They just say I'm sorry, and
Not allowed to go to church.
and wait for the United States to say their butt. But
Yeah.
I don't know how they function in Canada because they're getting arrested just going outside.
Yeah. Yeah, they can't do anything in Canada.
Yeah,
But they got free health care, so
Yeah.
good for them.
And they're not even densely
they teach-
populated like us.
Huh?
They're all spread out.
they're all spread.
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
They're French anyway, so that explains a
That
lot.
explains a lot, yeah.
But everything's free. But do they teach basic economics in school anymore?
No. Nothing is free.
I don't know.
Everything costs money.
Have I talked about the conversation I had with a millennial over lunch?
No, I don't think
Recently?
They were going to move to Sweden
so. Why?
because healthcare is free
Okay.
and education's free.
Okay.
And I said, it's not free.
No. How much?
Somebody
do they pay,
pays.
How much do they
for
pay
it.
in taxes?
Yeah.
Doesn't Sweden have like one of the highest tax rates?
Yes, they do.
There's a reason for that.
Did you see
You
Bernie's
can get
tweet?
those things for free here in this country. Just quit working.
Yeah.
It's also true.
Did you see Bernie's tweet? Bernie was like,
I don't follow him.
what would free education mean to all you guys? And everybody, he got reamed out, man, because everybody's like, higher taxes.
Yeah. Yeah, no joke.
Somebody pays for this.
Yeah. They just think money comes out of thin air.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
And so we were sitting there, we were eating, and I just thought it'd be a very valuable time to learn, teach something. And so I was just like, well, I want my dinner free, so I'm getting up and leaving. And you're going to have to pay for it. And
Yeah, 'cause
the
nothing's
person was
free.
like, well, that's not right. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's not right because they're going to raise your taxes. You're going to have to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all. But see, that's what they want because the universities are like liberal indoctrination centers. So the more people they can get there, the better it's going to be.
Yeah, then they talk about going back. We're going to wipe everybody's college debt. Okay, well then pay me for mine. Pay me for my wife's.
Yeah. You
We've
talk
already
about-
paid it off. But
talk
go ahead and
about
pay us back.
retribution.
Yeah, pay us back. We worked for a living
Pay-
and paid it off.
Absolutely. If you
Why
can,
can't they do it?
if you can show what you paid to college, you should be reimbursed.
Absolutely.
But then again, I wouldn't do that because that means somebody else is paying for it.
We'd be paying for it.
Yeah, I'd be
We'd
paying
still be
for it.
paying for it either way.
Right.
We'll just be paying for double that way. We'll be
But
paying
gee,
for
I mean,
somebody else's.
there's literally people out there who think the government just prints money,
Yeah.
and they just do.
make it.
Look up inflation. People don't understand anything about inflation, but if you have more money out there than you have actual goods, you get inflation, and people just don't understand that stuff. So I don't know. But one good thing is coming out of all this COVID stuff that I think is really cool is that you're starting to see a lot of states that are starting to
Stand up.
relearn states' rights,
Yeah.
which
was
is really
never
good.
taken away.
which were never taken away.
They
right?
just let it go.
A lot of people don't know, and I talk so much on this program. I know I repeat myself, so sometimes I'm like, did I actually talk about this before? But before the War of Northern Aggression in the 1860s,
Not even going to disagree.
every state functioned like the European Union. The United States was like the European Union. It was the United States, but every state was like its own separate sovereign country. And we lost that.
If you didn't like the politics and what was going on in that state, you moved to another state.
Yeah. And regardless of your position about the Civil War, what happened after the Civil War, one of the worst things was that everything was consolidated into Washington, D.C.,
Which was a plan from the start.
which was the plan from the start. And I can do a whole show
we
on
need
the Civil War,
to do a
folks.
show on that one.
We'll do
time.
the-
I think that'd be interesting.
I'll do a show on the Civil War and tell you what actually happened.
Oh yeah.
All right? And if you think... I'll share quotes from a white supremacist named Abraham Lincoln, if you're interested. Because he was. He absolutely was.
Yeah.
Just read. You can read his quotes. Look up his debate with Frederick Douglass and read his quotes. And see, this dude, you talk about white supremacy. This guy was like, he had a plan. Oh, gosh, now you got me going now.
Yes.
But he had a plan.
We didn't do anything.
He had a plan even after the war to go and take all the black people who were in the United States and have them one of the Panama Islands, send them all there.
What?
Colonization, that's what it's called. Yes, that was the plan. That was already in the works.
What?
Yeah, he was going to take all the black people, ship them off to an island.
Really?
Yeah. He saved us from slavery because he loved the African American.
Wow.
No, he didn't. He was a white supremacist, and he was going to put them all on an island. Look it up. It's simple history, but they don't teach you that in school.
Yeah, I never was taught that.
They didn't teach you also in school that when the Civil War was over, many northern states passed laws that said that black people coming from the South could not come to their state. So you keep thinking it was all about slavery. You keep doing that.
It was all about control.
It was all about big government. That's all it was. And so slavery was a part of it, absolutely. Slavery needed to go.
Mm-hmm.
But it was going to go anyway in a few years in the South. It just was. And so, you can believe what your history books teach you because the history books are written by the winners. Or you can believe what actually happened in history. But you see states' rights going back to that kind of thing. And I like, you see a lot of states are saying, I don't care what the government says.
Yep. Florida, Texas,
South Dakota. A lot of states are coming out saying we're going to get rid of unemployment benefits.
Yep.
Yeah, our state said that last week, starting in June.
You're going to have to find a job. There's jobs out there everywhere.
Yeah.
Never
Just go
seen
get
this many
one.
signs.
Paying $15 an hour with sign-in bonuses.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
like,
$1,500 sign-on bonus.
yeah,
With $15 an hour at McDonald's or something like that. It's like, what?
there's jobs. Go get a
No,
job.
They're paying for interview bonus now, just for showing up to
Are
the
you
interview.
serious? I'm just going to go get a bunch of interviews.
Yeah.
I said, I got a job. I'm just going to go some interviews, make some side cash.
Are you serious?
That sounds like a great idea, doesn't it? I'll go interview for him.
We can't even get them to interview. Yeah.
Holy cow.
Got to pay them.
Wow. Well, speaking of paying people,
Uh-oh.
that's a terrible segue. It has nothing to do with paying. Hey. Our beloved Southern Baptist Convention, JR,
What'd they say this week?
they have lost 2.3 million total members, or 14% of their membership since their peak in 2006. I'm just devastated. Not.
They don't believe you can lose your salvation.
Yeah, that's true. So where'd they all go?
Yeah, those people actually, they were never part of the Southern Baptist
Yeah, they were
Convention to
never
begin
part
with. That's what
They'll have to hold to that 1 John passage that says they were never part of it. That's right.
Yeah, a 14th consecutive year of membership decline. The Southern Baptist Convention, we talk about that a lot because I'm a former member of it. JR is too.
I'm even more recently former. Yeah.
Yeah, and it has bad leadership now. J.D. Greer, Russell Moore, Albert Mohler. It's not good anymore. They've lost their way. They're going to have a big thing in the convention this year about women pastors and critical race theory. I want to talk about critical race theory. I want to talk about it sometime. I've got it. I got it in my notes, man. I could talk about it, but we'll see how we're doing on time. I'll get to it. A lot of people hear about critical race theory. They're like the Hoosier Hillbilly here. They don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Nope.
But it is one of the most prominent teachings in universities, in our government, in our military, in our churches.
And it's modern racism.
What?
Yeah, it's modern racism. Maybe I'll have to get to that.
Then you're going to have to explain it because I've heard it, but I really don't. Honestly, never occurred what it was.
How are we doing on ministry? We're at 40?
42.
42? All right, that's fine. I think a lot of the conservatives within the Southern Baptist Convention, I think they went to non-denominational churches because non-denominational are conservative. We're conservative
Yeah.
in our theology and in our doctrine.
I mean, what denomination were the apostles? Yeah.
United Church of Christ. Oh no, that's the Pharisees. Sorry,
That was the Pharisees.
those are the ones that killed Jesus. Yeah, yeah. Well, the United Church of Christ are not Christians; they're atheists, right? Remember that we talked about.
We talked about that.
But I wanted to start a church, and I was going to do a Southern Baptist church, and they were like, "You're going to have to take a test. You're going to take a test to see if you're qualified to do it." And I said, "I remember the conversation." I said, "God told me," and walked out. That's all the qualifications I need to do it.
Yeah.
So I walked out, and we started in that little brown building.
Oh, I love the brown building.
Oh, I miss the brown building. We started the church. We rented this building that was probably 4,000 square feet.
A rat hole would be the best way to describe it.
Yeah, it was 4,000 square feet with an air conditioning unit the size of a Kleenex box. It was, and you knew people wanted to be there on hot summer days.
Yeah, because it was hot.
It was hot in there,
You'd
man.
be sitting there at 10 o'clock in the morning sweating to death.
Yeah, and then we'd have to run fans, and we had an attic string that would hang down in front of me when I was
And hit
preaching.
him in the face
and
while
when,
he's
and when the
preaching.
fans were going, it would swing back and
And
forth.
no one would ever cut it off. I never understood.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Or tie a couple knots in it
Yeah,
so shorter.
No, we just let it hang. It's
But we
fine.
live in a rural county, and we had a ministry on Friday night for teenagers, and we had 100 kids showing up every Friday.
Yep.
100 kids.
I mean, half of the high school
Half of the high school would show
is
up.
what we'd have show up.
Yeah, and we had an age limit on it. It wasn't just like anybody could come.
Yeah, like what, 14 to
14 or up or
18
something like
or
that.
13, yeah, something like
And every Friday night, 100 kids, and we did that for what, 1 or 2 years,
that. It was a long time.
and then we got stupid. I got stupid,
Well,
and we moved the church, and it killed us.
it did.
We wanted a nicer building because that's what all churches aspire to. We did that. We went, and I can still kick myself over that. But everybody's declining. All the churches are declining, and 43% of millennials right now don't care if there's a God. Not really concerned about that. Anything. I just praise God for my son and daughter. Even though my daughter's not where I want her to be, she still knows
knows.
there's a God.
Yeah,
Still
she
believes
knows.
in God and stuff like that. So I think churches are going to have to learn to be, in the next few years, they're going to have to learn to be smaller.
Yeah, 100%.
Your church is going to have to adapt and learn to be smaller. I mean, you can't have the rec ministry anymore. I was at a church, mega church, that had an actual recreation minister. Minister of recreation.
What do you-
That's who I worked for.
What did you do? Like put the basketballs up and
Well,
stuff
he
like
was
that,
he
or
was
what?
in. Well, we had
Well,
we
they
had
had a
racquetball courts,
gym and-
basketball, and all this stuff, and he was responsible for overseeing all that stuff. So
Sounds
you're
like
going to
a
have
good
to learn
job.
how to deal without your rec minister.
And when you get smaller, you're going to be more like the church was intended. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me give you a theory. You ready? And I've never been wrong. So
not yet.
I'm not going to call them theories. I'm just going to call them facts. All right.
Facts.
We think and that we have one religion. Right? Christianity.
We?
Yeah, we.
At the
Okay,
table.
we. Yeah, we at the table in
Yeah.
the room up there. We don't know about Cameron because he's liberal. But, we have one religion, right?
Yeah.
All right.
One faith. I don't like that.
But
religion word.
that's not the way it is. We have something called Christianity, and then we have something called red letter Christianity. And they actually have a Bible out. Tony Campola did this, and he's a fruitcake. But they red letter Christians. We think there's one religion: Christianity, God, Old Testament, New Testament. There's a group of people out there, and some of you are these people, and some of your friends are these people. Some people in your own household are these people, who believe there's a difference between, or they don't even acknowledge really God and the Old Testament. It's just what Jesus said, and that's the only thing that they go for. They follow Jesus. They don't follow the teachings of Paul, and so it's basically Jesus never said anything about this. Now this is prevalent. I know I'm shocking you guys, but it's very prevalent in our churches where people say, "I'm going to follow what Jesus says, and not follow what the rest of the Bible says." Now, when I put it that way, you know those people, don't you?
I do, yeah. Now that you say that, yeah.
Yeah.
non-Jews that are choosing this. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, people who call themselves Christians.
Yes.
I'm going to follow what Jesus says. Jesus is about love, 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 love. But he wasn't. Read your Bible.
Fashion the whips.
But, yeah.
And
I'm going
overturn tables.
So if oh, by the way, yeah, he overturned tables twice. Read
Twice.
that. Twice. We're gonna ignore the teachings of Paul because Paul's the bad guy. Paul and God are the bad people. So you've got a religion out there that in these millennials' eyes, you've got God and Paul and the other writers of the general epistles versus Jesus.
So do they believe in the Trinity?
I don't know. I doubt it. They just believe in Jesus. Man, I just want Jesus. How many times have you heard that?
Yeah.
I just want to follow Jesus. I just want a relationship with Jesus, and that kind of stuff. And that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Yet Jesus handpicked the one we're supposed to follow.
Right. Exactly. He did. He picked Paul.
Yeah.
And basically, you're going to be my man.
Yeah.
To go out and do this stuff. You're going to be my man who's going to start these churches. You're going to be responsible for the spread of Christianity. I pick you, Paul. And then people are like, we're going to ignore Paul's teachings on women as
So
pastors.
Then they're ignoring Jesus.
Right. Exactly.
Easy.
They're
Yeah.
ignoring the
You can't-
man that was picked by
Yeah,
Jesus.
you
as he
can't
said.
you can't follow Jesus and ignore Paul because he was picked by Jesus.
You can't ignore the Old Testament. Andy Stanley came out and said we have to unhitch ourselves from the Old Testament.
What?
Yeah.
Andy Stanley?
Annie Stanley.
I watched this video.
Huh?
I watched this video.
Well, am I accurate?
I was watching Alan Parr try to decide whether he was a false teacher by saying that.
So what was his reasoning behind unhitching ourselves from the Old Testament?
I didn't see that part of it.
Okay.
I only saw the part Alan Parr wanted me to see,
Yeah.
which I
Take it
hugely
totally out of
respect.
context.
No, which I hugely respect. I mean, he was doing good work.
But even if it wasn't a heretical statement, I would never say we need to unhitch ourselves from the Old Testament. Mm-hmm. Because I'm not an Old Testament scholar. I'm not. I'm New Testament, church, how did we do church, what church needs to be doing. But I realize the importance of the Old Testament, and I realize the scarlet thread of redemption that runs all the way from the beginning of Genesis to the end of Revelation. I understand that. And I understand about the prophecies in the Old Testament, talking about the coming Messiah. I get that. I get the connection between the two. And you can't really understand Christianity, I don't think, without understanding the history of Israel and God's redemptive work through that. So to say I'm not going to have anything to do with the Old Testament, I'm not going to have anything to do with the teachings of Paul, and just focus on the teachings of Jesus, you're not getting Christianity, and you're not following Jesus, because Jesus would want you to follow God. People have a hard time with God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was mean.
Yeah, he's the mean one.
Yeah.
He's the mean one.
Well, we had a great discussion in the guys group before this, talking about how when we do something nice or do something good, we're always like, well, to God be the glory. I don't want to take any of it, but if God's our Father, would He not be excited at our success?
Just like your home run story you had.
Yeah, if my kid hits a home run, I'm going to be happy. If he's getting mobbed by people, that's going to make me happy.
You're not going to go out there and say, well, I did it. I took him to practice, and I did this, and I did that.
Right.
It's
Yeah, you
mine.
wouldn't exist if
I'm
you
the
weren't for me.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, he would. Yeah. I helped him hit that home run.
Yeah.
It's
I made him.
You need to thank me, not him. No father would do that, and I don't know if God does that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I think God has. I think the opinion of God has been changed too. But people, you have to understand, folks. People today, anybody who tells them they can't do something is mean.
Mm-hmm.
And so Paul comes out and says, "Don't be a homosexual," and everybody's like, just mean, So
Yeah, that's the argument they made. Why do we focus so much on homosexuality being wrong when Jesus never mentioned it? They ignore the fact that Paul talked about it for 14 books.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's almost like the Force did another Star Wars thing. Jesus is the light side, and Paul and God is the dark side. Don't go the dark side, Luke. You can get kids in your church, you can get people in the church, but the moment that you tell them something that they don't agree with, they're gone.
Yeah.
They just are. So you just keep praying for them, and you keep trying to get them in. You keep paying them and doing your Christmas cantata and all that stuff. You got a choice. You can either stand for truth or get big. You can't do both.
Not in this
I
culture.
have been doing this for 30 years. It's just there's no way you can get both. You either stand for truth or you get big. If you're getting big, you're not teaching the truth, because the truth in today's society runs people off.
Mm-hmm. Hurts people's feelings.
It does. It just does. And we just rather stand for truth, I guess. I don't know. The Southern Baptist Convention, I don't know what they're going to do. I got tired of it, man, after being in it. I got tired of it going to the convention every single time, every year, and they apologize again to the black churches for slavery.
What?
Oh, gosh, every year. We're going to do a resolution this year where we apologize to our black churches for slavery.
What did the Southern Baptist Convention have anything to do with slavery?
Oh, they had a bunch of slave guys in there.
Did they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like every building up at Southern Seminary is named after a former slave owner. It is. It's like, well, what are you going to do now, Al Mohler? But after, we talk about forgiveness. It's like, okay, they apologize. Now it's on to the black churches. What are they going to do? Mm-hmm. And every year the black churches was like, you got to apologize again. And there's a point where, if you apologize for something, it's on the other person now.
Yeah.
And you call me racist or whatever you want to. It's just like we're going to leave the convention because of what happened in the past. Man, I had nothing to do with slavery. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nobody I know in my immediate family, grandparents, great grandparents, none of them owned slaves. I haven't owned slaves. I had nothing to do with it. I don't need to apologize for it.
But you're a white pastor. You're part of the problem.
I know. That's what critical race theory says.
That's
I don't
what,
ever.
That's what SBC said.
I don't ever apologize for anything that I didn't do. Now, if I've done something stupid, I'll apologize for it. But why do I have to apologize for slavery? Because I'm
shouldn't have
white?
to. Yeah, we shouldn't have to.
You're
Yeah.
privileged.
Oh, there's a thing in critical race theory that I'll do it next week. But there's a thing in critical race theory where it's basically that you have to repent. Some black Christians believe, some white Christians as well, that you have to repent of your whiteness in order to be saved.
You know, well, God made me this way.
That's right.
So,
That's right. So the problem's with God.
yeah, there are problems with God, not me, because I didn't make myself white.
Yeah. And my humble response to that is kiss my AWS. You know, it's like you can just do it. I didn't say the word.
He
I
didn't.
didn't say the word.
He didn't.
But I can make it sound like you said the word.
Oh, see, he's
that's
cheating
true.
now.
Yeah.
He's cheating now.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. I don't. We need to do an episode on forgiveness sometime.
I would like to discuss that. We have some very, I think
We have
some very
weird
contradicting
views about
opinions of forgiveness.
We have views that I think we have views. Me and you,
yeah,
we agree on this.
We agree on this.
We agree on this. We have really weird views.
I don't know
about
if JR
forgiveness.
agrees on it.
He's Mr. Mercy.
I
He
wasn't
is
here
Mr.
for this
Mercy.
talk.
JR has the gift of mercy.
Mr. Mercy. I do not.
He is. He is Mr. Mercy.
I do not have mercy.
Oh, you do, man. Because
You have
you're
a lot
always
more
like.
than we do.
Because Mike and I'll be going off about something. You're just like, well,
It's not that big a deal, guys.
we got to
Come
look at it from
on.
their point of view.
That's not mercy.
That is mercy.
No.
It is.
No.
Mike and I are like, let's kill him.
Yeah.
That's not mercy.
Let's go burn their house down.
And
Like,
Jared's like,
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
man, let's give them the benefit of the doubt and all
they're not
that
that
stuff.
bad.
But all
They're
my-
not that bad.
But all my spiritual gifts tests say mercy is my lowest.
Oh gosh, I think.
You're filling it out wrong, apparently.
No, Mandy is mercy. I don't have that.
No, I think you do. Do you think he does?
He's got mercy.
What do you guys
I
think?
have,
Yes?
I have thick skin. That's not the same as mercy.
Oh, everybody nods in agreement,
Yeah,
man.
see, everybody, even the liberal says,
Right. This
I
is this first time the Brolicious ever agreed on anything.
we have a complete agreement.
The Broalition doesn't agree.
Oh, shit.
We
Why
got
are
one
you
that
so
says
upset that you have the gift of mercy?
That's a great thing to have.
because I don't
especially
believe I
with us.
do.
Dang nabbit, I don't have it! And I'm going to show you right now! I'm going to kill all of you! It's like, what are you doing? Chill out, man. It's okay.
I don't think I have it.
Does it bother you?
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. No, I don't believe I have it. And that's why
You're,
it's
you're
confusing.
physically upset that somebody would
No,
say.
no, I'm
It's
not
like somebody
upset.
saying you're sexy, you're like, gosh, I'm not!
You're saying it's a good thing in mercy?
Yeah,
Yes.
mercy. Well,
Mercy's a fantastic gift.
it is.
I think it's
but
something I'd like to have, and I don't believe that I do. That's why.
Oh,
I'm
you have it,
confused.
man. It's good. You and I are great for our church.
Yes,
My
'cause
children
you're
would
polar
not say that
opposites.
I am merciful
Why?
because I'm not.
Who says that?
It's like you play in the water, you get wet. I mean, that's how I'm just kind of blatant with that stuff. Not so much.
That's not. Well, I don't. No, I mean, you still have mercy. That's an absolute truth.
You can be
Mercy,
brutally
I don't know.
honest and merciful at the same time.
Maybe mercy is maybe
I
not
think
the right
so, yeah.
spiritual gift.
I think so.
You see the best in people. You do.
Hmm.
It's sickening. It
I
really
have
is.
to agree sometimes.
Yeah.
It's
I
like,
wanna
JR,
slap-
just don't like them.
I want to
Just don't
slap your
like 'em,
glasses
please.
off.
Maybe I see the best in situations. I don't know if I see the best in people.
He's getting mad. I don't know why he's getting
I'm
mad.
not
He's not seeing the best in us
I know.
right now.
Why? Yeah.
I'm not mad. I'm confused.
Be merciful toward us, JR.
I'm not mad. I'm
Oh,
confused.
merciful one.
Oh, merciful one. Oh, great and merciful one.
Be merciful towards us.
I've never seen anybody get
It's
upset.
not anger. I'm just confused.
If you told me I was merciful, I'd probably get upset.
You're not merciful. We
I
know that.
I'd
You have no mercy.
what?
I'm thick-skinned.
Got a little bit.
It
No.
takes a lot to get under my skin. That's not. mercy.
That's true.
It's not mercy.
I call you the Teflon duck for a reason
I like that name.
because everything slides off him.
Yeah, that's true.
It does. Me, you're on a list.
In fact,
See, I'm somewhere in between that.
when I was
I'm
looking,
like,
when I was looking for branding for my brand, I almost went with a Teflon duck, like
would've
a
been
duck
cool.
and a bulletproof vest or something.
Yeah, he's cool, man. Yeah, you wrong me, I'll kill you and everything you love. I'll make you watch too. Just kidding.
I
I'm
just
not
keep
that way.
saying Howard the Duck with that face right there.
I
Have you
know.
ever seen that movie?
Oh, no, I'm gonna do the crazy eye here in a second. There it
Crazy
is.
eye, there it
Where
is.
Oh, there,
Laser
there it is.
beams.
I'll kill you.
got the laser beams.
No, I'm not that guy. But that's good. I think you need those different. One of the things we teach within our church: be who you are, and do your job.
Be good at it.
And don't try to be everybody else. Don't try to be something you're not.
The problem with the mercy thing, and it doesn't make me angry,
here we
right?
go.
It's confusing
You're
because
getting a lecture.
if I'm apparently have this mercy thing, I feel like there's something expected of me that I'm no good at.
I have no idea what you just said.
If you're pinning me with this idea that I'm merciful or that I have the gift of mercy, I feel like I am failing at that a lot of times. Then.
No, I don't think so.
That's why it's confusing.
Are you fake?
Not fake. I don't think I'm merciful. That's nothing to do with it.
I think I do. We didn't want to spend 35 minutes talking about whether or not JR is merciful.
Yeah. Okay.
You are the merciful one, J.R. Robinson, from now on.
I have more mercy than you two.
That is
Well,
true.
yeah,
I can say that.
That doesn't take much.
I don't know if
though.
that means I have the gift of mercy.
That doesn't take much though.
Yeah, Charles Manson has more mercy than I do. I mean, I get that. I mean, are you proud of it, Lee? Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I'm not bothered by it.
No.
It's just not my spiritual gift.
Yeah.
This idea of gift of mercy comes with expectations I don't know if I'm up for. That's the thing.
What's the big deal about it? I mean, you just see the best in people. It's cool. It's fine. You're a great balance for me. I'm a great balance.
Great balance from you.
Yeah,
Well,
it is. You
is.
gotta have the yin and the yang. You know.
You
And-
do. You know, I can say to the congregation,
I'll
you
think
guys suck, and you come in and go, you don't
Well,
suck that
you,
bad.
You don't suck that bad, guys.
I know,
Here's what
it's
you
like-
do good.
I
That
have-
would be you.
It's
I'm
like
just
running
saying.
cleanup.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is weird about me, and you guys are going to laugh about this. Okay. I'm not even going to say it
Say
because
it.
I don't want to get
Say it.
reamed out here.
Say it.
I think I'm an encourager.
I would agree with that.
Thanks. Yeah.
I would agree.
Depends
I
on the
think you are.
topic.
I think you have to be good at what you do for him to be.
Shut up,
Gonna,
Tony.
You can be. It depends on the topic.
I think he is an encourager.
I am an encourager. It's my love language.
That doesn't mean
You
do
like
it.
to be encouraged, or you speak
You like
it?
to be encouraged.
I like to be, but you model your love language.
I do not.
Yes, you do.
Do
don't
I?
know about that.
Acts of service is your love language, and you model it.
That's true because I.
That's how you show love, because you're not
That's
going to
true.
tell anybody. So you
You
model
think
it.
you show and feel
Valid
love the
point.
same?
Yes, you will. Yes, you will demonstrate your love language by doing that. What you do is what your love language is.
Yeah, I oddly agree with that because that's what I do. I think
Because that's what you think love is. That's how you demonstrate
acts
love.
of service is mine, so I like to do stuff thinking, hey, people will be happy. if I
He
do
shows his
stuff.
love by doing stuff.
Wow,
Oh.
that's deep.
Mr. Mercy disagrees.
He
What do you-
should-
No, I don't disagree. I'm learning.
What's your love language?
I have no idea.
Oh.
You know, we've read the book twice, obviously, in our marriage, 20 years. And
Somebody wasn't paying attention when they read it.
No, I was, and I think that we learned.
I read it
once.
twice. It's about love, marriage, something like that.
I think that we learned the first time, and I think the second time we learned that it changed a little bit, and I would think that it's changed.
There were
again.
5 of them.
Five
Your
love
wife's was acts of service. Was
Acts
it
of
not?
service,
Yeah.
encouragement, receiving gifts,
In fact,
physical touch.
physical touch,
That's my wife's.
and
Was
then
physical touch.
I can't remember the last one.
and I'm reading a similar book, same author, same 5 love languages, but for teenagers.
For teenagers.
Yeah.
What? They don't need to be reading that crap.
No, it's how we show them.
Oh, okay.
Right,
Okay.
not them.
All right.
No.
I'm about to say, hey, nah.
Nah.
Stop
No.
that.
Yeah,
Stop it. Just stop
They
it.
just need to be told to shut up, sit in the corner.
face the corner.
Face the corner. Right.
Face the corner. Is Cameron
How we doing
working?
on time? Do I have time to get into the next subject?
It's 1:0 something. I can't see it.
All right.
No, we won't.
The next
It's real
subject
small.
on your list is CRT. You don't got time for that.
I don't have time for CRT. I'll ask. We're going to do a vote here at the very end. We can talk about drinking, or we can have it for next week. Drinking and critical race theory. Would that be too much? I would need a drink after critical race theory.
The Hoosier Hillbilly could probably hook you up.
Yeah, I could hook you up.
I don't care.
I
We can
just-
save it. It's
Let's save it.
crossed an hour.
Let's save it. We're at an hour.
We're getting late.
We didn't know we were going to so long with JR's little
You talking about mercy for
mercy
5 minutes.
breakdown.
Yeah.
It's okay. Just accept it.
You're loving JR. No, I'm not.
I hate you.
I just don't like the expectation that comes with that. Is all.
There's no expectation that comes with it. Just do it.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Go home and write, Dear Diary, I don't know how to be merciful. I mean, just do it, man.
It's just
I don't
you.
know.
It's just how you are.
You are.
It's a compliment. Take it.
You are the first person that's ever said that.
2.
and he's
agree.
agreed with
4.
you. These are agreements. You're the first person
But they
that's
don't
ever
talk.
said that to me.
So
I agree.
And he's, you know him. He's never going to bring it up. He's never going to say it.
No, because I'm not going to say, hey, dude, I think you're merciful. Let's talk about it. That's not me.
And maybe we're misunderstanding the gift of mercy. Is it a gift? It's a spiritual gift, isn't it?
Well, tune into the church videos. You'll find out soon.
Ooh.
We'll be doing spiritual gifts.
He'll be talking about it. He'll be
Yeah.
talking about how he's not.
We'll find out if I'm merciful.
That's a great segue, by the way. If you do not attend a church anywhere, we don't want transfer growth or anything like that. If you'd like to check out the church that we go to, just send us a private message and we'll look at it. We're not going to talk about the church because, like we always say, we don't want it to reflect poorly upon the people that go there.
You can only send messages on Facebook, by the way. Obviously,
Yes.
watch episode 1.
Yeah.
Through
So
Bro
send us a message, and we'll get in touch with you. We'll let you know what church that we go to. If you're not going to a church right now, I know they're hard to find, especially ones that teach truth.
And that are open.
Yeah, and we're gonna and we meet on Sunday nights, which is hard for some people, but it's fantastic for us because we meet and we eat and we worship and we have a fantastic time. But like I said, if you're going to a church, don't come there because if you hate your last church, you're going to hate ours too. Well,
They might love it.
They might love it.
They might not.
They might like the mercy here.
I know,
From when you preach.
right,
Not from when you preach.
right. The hammer and the feather.
I have to go home and rethink my whole life now.
I know he's going to be sitting in a room like I'd seen from Fatal Attraction over next to a lamppost, just pulling the light on, light off, light on. I am merciful. What does that mean? What do I need to do? Gosh, man. We'll call him Mother Teresa.
He's got so many names.
I got enough
Oh,
initials
damn.
over here.
I know it.
Oh, SC.
SC. Super Calvinist, Super
MT
Christian.
Robinson.
Mother Teresa.
Just learn to live with it. Hey, we love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If this episode was boring, look at the past 10 that were really exciting. But this COVID stuff, man, pay attention because it's all planned. See my eye? I got a crazy eye going on here.
Crazy eyes.
Pay attention to what's going on. And, in your church, if you're attending church somewhere, stop sitting there. Start working within your church, and you'll find out that you'll start liking your church more once you get involved in your church and start doing stuff. Just sitting there pointing out the flaws, that's not a good thing. Don't do that. If you're not going to church, go somewhere. Get somewhere because it's what God wants you to do. He wants you to be involved in congregation because it's about community and a bunch of other stuff. You need to be sitting under people who can teach and teach you what it means to be a Christian, not just head knowledge, but how to actually implement it and apply it to your life. Mm-hmm. Find that place. If you're lost out there, if you're a godless pagan, we love you guys too, man. Mm-hmm. And we appreciate you guys listening. I know a lot of people listen that don't go to church anywhere. We love you guys. We're praying for you guys. We don't think you're liberals, so you have a chance.
If they've made it this far, they're definitely
Yeah, if you
not
made it this
liberals.
far, you're not a liberal. But like we always say, yeah, there are bad cops, but the majority of them are good people. Mm-hmm. There's bad churches, but a lot of them are good churches.
Yep.
Find a place, just go in there. You're going to be welcome. Nobody's going to make you do anything that you don't want to do. Nobody's going to scare you. That stuff. Don't listen to stories. And just go somewhere. Try it.
We just make you pray out loud on your first time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And you have to stand up and tell us. You have to give your testimony before the church. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself. And then we require blood, too. Mm-hmm. But just to make sure you're not liberal. Because it's in the bloodstream. I think it's genetic.
Run a test.
I think it is. I don't think I think you're born that way.
Oh, it's not choice.
Uh-oh. Now it's God's fault you're liberal?
Oh no! Well, he does make some clay for crap, but another clay for good.
Yeah. We get an election.
Yeah.
We need to do the election episode one day.
Okay.
Oh boy,
That would be great.
he's gonna be all over it. It's SC over there,
Why?
super Calvinist.
He is super Calvinist.
Oh, that election.
He's like totally tulip.
I
I thought SC was super Christian.
It's both.
Oh, I thought it was super Calvinist.
Oh, okay. No, he's super Christian.
SC squared now.
But if you are a Calvinist, you are a super Christian. Yeah,
That's also true.
that is true.
I'm not Calvinist.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
Listen to him. There's like 5 points of Calvinist. He's like 25.
There's no way I can be merciful and Calvinist.
Oh my gosh, he did not mean to say that.
Yeah, all the Calvinists listening.
Oh my gosh.
I can't. They
We
don't
have-
make the same.
We're gonna whoosh. right in front of his
right.
face. Here
If
to
I was
say,
Calvinist, I wouldn't care about all those other people.
All the
God didn't
Calvinists
choose
you
you.
right
do because
now-
you're told to care.
All the Calvinists who are listening right now looked up from their homemade hooch in their bathtub. And said, because that's what they do. They make their own home. They make their beer at home.
Right.
Well, if you're a Calvinist, that's what you have to do.
Well, I'm
JR's
definitely
never
not.
invited-
Okay.
JR's never invited me over for bathtub beer.
He does.
I haven't.
He does. He has a brewery in his basement.
Sweet.
You think he was building those video rooms where he's taking all those pictures and putting them on Facebook? No.
Really? It's a
Right.
That's awesome.
He's got homemade hooch in the basement.
Nice.
He does. Look at him. He knows it. That's why he's not saying anything.
SC.
Let's see.
Super Calvinist, super Christian, J.R. Robinson, Mother Teresa.
Mother Teresa.
Well, we're just babbling now because, like
I'm
I
gonna
said,
have more
we can
things
do this
after my
all night
name than
long.
before it. You know, it's
Just sit here and do this stuff. And
qualifications.
yeah,
It is.
We can talk all night long and make Tony laugh, but but we need to go on because you guys have jobs.
Yeah.
But hey, please listen. Please listen all the way through. Just put it on, play it in the background.
Interact. We don't let you comment, but you can give us the thumbs up.
Give us a thumbs up. Say it.
Subscribe.
Thank you.
No.
Subscribe.
The monster's
to the
wearing
channel.
off.
Share the videos. Right. Watch them all the way through.
Share the videos. Share them with somebody. I know you're afraid to. I get it. I
would
understand
be.
it.
I am.
I get it.
I'm like, I'm not sure it's nobody.
You're
We're watching that Google's not afraid to share it though, because we're getting lots of impressions lately.
Yeah. I know that you're scared
Hundreds.
to do it.
Anyways.
But so don't just there are people out there who agree with us, and I've been wanting to say this for a long time. If you don't have never watched Top Gear, you won't get what we're doing here. I think that's pretty important, and I mentioned that at the very beginning, right?
Great show.
Yeah.
But I don't think if you've never watched, you don't get, because a lot of what we do here is caricatures of actually who we are,
Yeah.
and so we do it for fun. And
I'm having a hard time keeping up with who I am then. 'Cause
I
I
know.
can get
He's got a
different things
lot
pinned
of
on me.
different roles.
JR's on a road to self-discovery.
By the end of this whole thing, JR will know who he is.
Yeah, he'll be
I'll let
some,
you two define me.
he'll be some midget albino lesbian.
I'm not midget, albino, or lesbian.
Yeah,
Who knows?
yeah. You thought I forgot about them people, didn't you?
Yeah, I think we have mentioned them before.
Oh yeah, we've talked about them before. It's an overlooked demographic.
It is. Probably the ones watching our
All
show.
5 of them. There may not even be 5. All right, we're gonna get off here now because we're acting stupid. But we love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, we're dating ourselves Memorial Day weekend, and just think about all those white boys that stormed the beach for you.
Memorial Day, not Veterans Day.
Right.
Because Memorial
This
Day
is
is
not-
about remembering those
Memorial
that
Day
didn't
is
come back.
about remembering the ones that didn't come back. Veterans Day is remembering the ones that
It is
we
entirely
have
different.
in our presence.
I was
now.
kidding about the white thing, so I don't want to get pineappled. But but that's just
I tell you, I laughed harder rewatching the podcast.
He watched it
Just
at
the-
least 7
I
times.
watched it
Monday
at least
night.
7 times just watching pineapple hit you in the face.
That
If
was-
you
that
did
was
not watch
funny.
the last episode, watch it where the pineapple hits him in the face.
About the 8-minute
it's
mark.
pretty funny. But it's
9
true. I
minutes
mean,
and
there's a
20
lot.
seconds.
A lot of people are out protesting and rioting and stuff like that, and there was a lot of white people who died to give them that right to do
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely.
And that's
there
just the
was.
truth.
Yep.
It really is. And so we were talking about something really important before that. What is?
Memorial Day?
Yeah, Memorial Day.
Yeah.
That's a very great point. I
Yeah,
mean,
a lot of people will thank veterans, and it drives my dad crazy because he's a veteran, and people on Memorial Day will thank him, and he's like, "I'm not dead.
Yeah,
Like, I didn't die for your,
And I know we
rights."
party and have cookouts and stuff like that, but it's really should be a somber weekend, kind of. Not
Yeah.
have a good time. I'm not saying
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
but spend time with your family.
Just remember,
Because Biden's president, we don't know how much longer of America we have.
true story.
Do we have permission to gather and celebrate this weekend?
I do. It's called the Constitution.
Oh gosh.
Got this little piece of paper here. It's
We
called
better
the
go.
Constitution.
Oh my
Do what
gosh.
I want.
I could do a whole sentence right now with just nothing but pineapples.
Just go ahead. He'll fix it later. It's fine.
If I just went pineapple, then you would know exactly what I'm saying. He can just bite me. I don't.
He can suck it.
He can.
Joe
He
Biden
can.
can suck it.
I don't know what I would do if cops came and tried to break up a party. I really don't know what I would do.
At least in our county, we don't have to worry about that.
It won't happen in our state.
No,
I don't think,
no.
no.
But if they
Because
came
they're all
on-
going to be out there doing the same thing we're doing.
right, but
so.
if they came on my, I don't know what I would do. If they came on my property and said, "You guys are going to have to disperse," I don't
You're going to
know.
have to
I
disperse.
said, "You're getting ready
Yeah.
to disperse. 'Cause I'm getting ready to open up on you."
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, but our guys wouldn't do that.
No,
'cause
our guys
are
would
good
not. We have excellent
Yes,
authorities.
the cops here are good guys.
Yes, they are.
And don't shoot cops. That's a bad thing.
No.
But unless you're BLM, then far away. That's what they do, right? All right, we need to get off here before we get in trouble.
I think it's too late for that.
Yeah, but
I
that's
think
what
I
we
could
do.
remove the last 30 minutes and nobody would notice.
That's true. We are the Gospel Broilition. We love you guys. God bless you. Have a fantastic week, and go to church somewhere. Church needs you.
Yep.
See ya.
Peace.
The Gospel Broilition is done, leaving behind charred minds, exhaust
still saying hi to
fumes,
Darth
ammo, multiple
Darth
cigar
Vader.
wrappers, and an empty bottle of bourbon. Mission accomplished. You've been listening to the Gospel Broilition with Pastor Lee,
Oh, was it
J.R.
bad?
Robinson, and the Hoosier
Don't say bad
Hillbilly,
things.
Mike
Always
Paul.
heard.
We made
A show for men, by men. If it's religion,
But it's true.
politics,
They use
I would
cars,
like to
It's actually
know.
really hard to hear what you say
cigars, and anything else flammable,
I
we're
would like
talking
to
about
know.
it. We hope you
I
enjoyed
think
the
it would be
show.
good to have
We know we had
like
fun.
an Irish
We'll be back
Christian
soon, and
perspective
thank you
on-
for being a part of the Gospel
We know.
Broilition.
I know. I wonder what he would think.
Think